All right, it's time now for Better Pets.
So many of us were touched seeing the picture of President Bush's service dog, Sully, laying down in front of the late president's casket.
Service dogs like Sully play hugely important roles for the people who need them. And here to talk about that is our pet vet, Dr. Andrea Dennis of the Bloomfield Animal Hospital. So important. I know, just, you know, for veterans and them receiving their service dogs, it really does a remarkable job.
It changes their lives.
It does.
You know, we have a couple of organizations that are close by, Fidelco, we have the Guiding Eye Dogs for the Blind, but I think a lot of us think that it's just for the vision impaired, but that has changed so much over the last 10 years. So many different,
right?
Right, and you know, and the thing about Sully is that there was so much attention because of, you know, President Bush's passing and the important role that he played, even though it was just for 6 months. He filled such a void, and not just companionship, but he also helped him with some of the just getting around the house at times. And you know, and the other thing that I wanted to point out about this is the fact that there's a lot that goes into training these dogs, and there's a lot that starts even when they're like 8 or 9 weeks old.
Yeah.
And Sully, I don't know if you heard this, but Sully was actually trained in one of the prison programs.
Oh,
have you ever heard of those inmate programs?
Yep.
So he started off his young life and you know, with the inmates in a couple of the Maryland prisons that have this program, and then he went on to get more professional training as well.
I know you want to show us some gifts, but I just want to ask you one question about the service animals. There's been a lot of talk about, we know service dogs, but there's all kinds of animals now that people are starting to use.
Yes.
And people say, oh, come on, you can't have a squirrel or you can't have a this. I mean, what's the rule, if there is one, on what can be a service animal?
Right. Well, a service animal is any animal that provides assistance, whether it's emotional, whether it's sometimes physical. You've heard about even dogs that can sort of pick up on a diabetic, you know, going into hypoglycemia. But I think what's happened with the other animals is even though it's to provide some support, there's been a lot of abuse with the airlines, and I think that's where it's getting the negative perception on that. Again, if any pet, I've seen it provides relief, but to make it official, that's another issue.
Okay.
Right. I go home, Dr. Dennis, and if, you know, my cat is, he's like my little soulmate.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
It's a little selfish, but I don't want to go home without having an animal in the house.
Right.
So it serves two purposes.
It absolutely does. And the other thing too is that it's providing, it's a two-way street too. You see how happy they are to see us as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other thing that it provides is that for people to even sort of have a purpose in life and helping to train these dogs, even to be like a foster home for some of these pets, you can get very involved beyond just providing money or donations to these organizations. Like for Sully, he was with the America Vets Dogs, but there are so many different, Wounded Warrior has a program, Companions and Animals have a program
I'm
too.
going to put you on the spot here, and I
Yes.
apologize for doing this.
Yes.
What do you think of pets as gifts at Christmas time?
That's a big no-no.
Okay, and tell us and share why.
I like the idea of maybe presenting something like maybe a stuffed animal with a card inside saying in February we're going to get a puppy or we're going to get a kitten. That is such a smarter time to do it. I mean, first of all, you even look at the trees, and it's just so dangerous to have, you know, an ornament. That I've had 2 calls this week where dogs have actually bitten these ornaments and gotten cuts in their mouth. Oh. It's such a busy, hectic time of the year.
Right,
so something to look forward to. You know, in the late winter, early spring.
Perfect.
That's my ideas.
Toys.
Gifts for the kitties and doggies.
Yes, and some for the people. We have a couple of things that we're going to show. I think we have a couple of slides first. I thought we were going to do those first.
So a little dog water bowl.
Look at this. Yes, isn't this the best for people that like to hike with their pets? And it's a water bottle, and you just squeeze the bottle, and the water comes into the bowl. The dog licks it, and then it slowly, what's left over will slowly go down to the bottle, but it does not leak. Nice. It is a perfect thing to just travel with, and make sure that your pets always have water, because that's important when they go on walks.
Absolutely love that.
That's one of my favorites. This one is called the friendship collars. I mean, again, this is more for people too.
Yeah, 100%, and I love it.
Aren't you going to get one just like that?
I'm so getting this.
You can wear that. So you wear the bracelet, and the cat or dog wears the collar.
Yes, see, I love that kind of thing. And it's okay, matching Christmas sweaters. Now, this is something you can actually get at Amazon, and you know, you can match up with your pet. It's just a fun thing to do that this time of year.
That is absurd.
but it's fun. And you know, this is something, it's called BarkBox. It's online. It's the sort of thing you register for a monthly delivery of a box of different toys for your pets. Some people really enjoy this. I think they have over 1 million customers. This is their and it's not just for dogs and cats, and every month they get a little surprise box. Of course, there's a financial piece to this, but it's a fun thing to do too.
And a cat toy, a special cat toy you want to show us?
Yeah, see, these are the ones, I always
this.
bring one on this set because it is one of my favorites. Now, they have some of these that are made with laser lights, and they really go crazy with this one. This one is just sort of on the plain side, but you see they have so much entertainment. Look at that, we're just having fun with it. And sometimes the second cat will come around and play with it too, but that keeps them busy for hours.
Love it.
And then this is the one, I'm gonna make a little noise here. This is the one we always bring every year because I love it.
That's great.
And this is the one, and you were right, Kara, you put some catnap underneath
in
We
there.
have 30 seconds.
Okay, well then the one other thing that I wanted to show, then this is the one I wanted to surprise you with, something new. Kimberly at, actually it was Kelly at PetGo. Now look at this. Is this not the most fun to have with your kitty?
You look like Edward Mouse Hands.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
So great.
I've had something similar to this, and it's so much fun, and just don't expect it to last very long because they love it.
But they love it, but it's the interaction with people. You don't leave this on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, you
Okay.
play with them.
Are you on this Saturday?
No, not this Saturday.
Next Saturday.
All
All
will be
right, perfect. All right, as a reminder, Dr. Dennis is the owner of the Bloomfield Animal Hospital on Old Windsor Road in Bloomfield.
And an alternating Saturday afternoon, so this time it'll be next week. From 2 to 3, she'll take your listener questions during Pet Talk on WTIC 1080, so tune in if you can.